We have a box that was delivered last night in a rainstorm. We have a knife, so we are going to do an unboxing. What's in the Princess Auto box? What's in the box? Okay, so we have a Scepter fuel can. We have a nozzle for a Scepter fuel can. And we have a stanky canteen with a canteen cup. Ooh, with a gas mask bowl. So what we have here is the Scepter fuel tank. This is just a 10-liter one. And we have a filler nozzle for Scepter. Just back from a camping trip, so I am unpacking. I wanted to show you my new gas cans. So these are the Scepter MFCs. That is military fuel canister. So these can be configured for either diesel or gasoline and other fuels as well, I guess. The big difference is the color of the strap and the gasket. For red is for a gas can and yellow is for diesel. So that's probably not a big surprise to anybody. The gasket's different too. That gasket's, I think it's pronounced Viton, V-I-T-O-N. Anyway, I might be mispronouncing it, but I think it just uses a regular rubber seal if you're using a using this with diesel. Anyway, the only problem with these things, they come with a proprietary nozzle, and it's a little expensive. Well, the cans are a little expensive too, but they are tremendously thick. And I'll show you a picture of it inside if I can. Right here, there is a hole for venting and a tube here. And what that does is it makes sure that you have an extremely smooth flow. The one that's inverted is full of fuel, and I did that on purpose. There's attachments that you can buy for that, so you can gravity feed generators, heaters, etc., and other things like that. So let me just pull out the nozzle. Here's your nozzle. What you'll see from the nozzle is a number of holes. They don't have to line up in a specific manner. It's a 3/4 inch tube, so you get a good flow. A brass filter, pretty standard fare. Threads on nicely. You can buy wrenches for these, but these are designed to open and close even if you were in a chemical suit. So I don't have a chemical suit, by the way. So she's nice and tight there, and got some great flexibility if you are going to try and fuel anything up, and you shouldn't spill anything. But hey, why don't we have a quick peek? Actually, there's another nozzle on the market. It's that's a 3/4 inch tube, and it's a 1 1/8 inch tube, and it's supposed to pour a 20-liter can, not one of these 10-liter cans, in under a minute. So, all right, well, here's our can. This one's been, that's actually got fuel in it. This one's been sealed up for about a week and a half through some warm weather. Now there was a little bit of stabilizer put in it, so I wasn't sure if I was going to use it, but there we go. Didn't take a tremendous amount of effort. This is a 10-liter can. There's probably 9 liters in it, maybe 9.5. I don't like leaving too much airspace. All right, so she's on there good and tight. And why don't we try topping off the truck and seeing how that works. All right, so this is actually take 2 because I didn't put the lid on quite right, and it was starting to spill. So this is a real time. This is well, this is 9.5 liters. Oh, there we go. Oh, there's a little on the lid there coming out. I'm going to just show you the problem I had with the gasket, and I think it's just because it's a new unit. Alright, so I had a little bit of leakage out on that one, on the first one. The second one I did only when a little backwash through the vent hole. So there's something to watch for. If you do a completely inverted fill using this nozzle, you'll get a little bit through here at the very end. So as you can see, you know, there's a bevel, and a two-stage bevel here. And if you look closely at the nozzle, I'm just going to see if we're in frame here. Alright, if you look closely at the nozzle, you can see that there's one big O-ring and then there's a second part here. When I first did it, it did not line up with those. Now that the actual gasket there has actually tasted a little bit of gasoline, we're probably good. And there we go. And as you can see, you can't see the vent hole, and that doesn't matter. It's sealed under here. And like I said, what had happened was I poured it too steep, and just a touch of fuel got into the threads. So I guess we have to keep it to about that angle right there and not go any further. So I'm looking forward to using these. Keeping one probably in the truck and then one in the barn for the generator. That'll be kind of nice. I'll probably pick up a 20-liter one as well. Anyway, they're a premium price. You're probably in Canada looking at about $100 if you want the nozzle and the actual container, if in a 20-liter. That's probably closer to about $60 if you're going to go with a 10-liter one. I know that's really steep for an oil can or a gas can, pardon me, but it's pretty cool, and I waste money on worse things, and I know I'll have these things. I'm wondering if there's anything else I have to say. These are approved for use by the Canadian and US military. They're also approved by the UN. They have a small air chamber, I think probably through the handle and up at the top, but what that means is they will float when they are filled with fuel. Again, red denotes a gasoline unit. If you have one with yellow and you plan on using it for gasoline, you will need to change that gasket in there at some point, because the gasoline will eat the rubber seal. The failure point on these units is generally this ring here and the gasket, if it's not the correct one. This will eat through at some point if you have the wrong gasket and snap. So these pieces do need to be checked on a regular basis, and by that I mean yearly or by every 2 years or so. Alright, well that's everything for this video. If I have any updates, I'll throw it into the comments field or post under the video. But again, really good, strong units, and they're quite sought after, I think. So, Princess Auto, DS Tactical, if you happen to be in Canada. Thanks for watching. I guess one other thing worth mentioning in the video is the nozzle. It doesn't, you know, nestle in with the gas can, so it's an extra piece of kit that's in your truck. So I have one in the house, and I have one here. Let's keep the one in the house in a Ziploc bag and try to clean it off and air it out before I put it in the Ziploc bag. Alright, well this one's going to need some fuel. Other piece of kit I'm not going to do a video on because I'm sure there's enough of them on the video, but a great unit are those Plano Sportsman trunks. Just finished a camping trip. I used 2 of those. They stack on top of each other too, so 2 makes a nice height for a cooking table, and if you're solo camping, cooking table and eating table. My storage solution for my nozzle.